Hey, it's Regina here at Tarot and Time in Kent, Connecticut. I'm here to talk to you about the month of September. The opening video will be all about the astrology for the month ahead. And I'm going to go over the whole month, but I will break down the video time-stamped week by week. So you can kind of absorb it all now, and I will repost it later week by week so we don't forget things, okay? And then after the astrology report, I will go into a tarot reading, and the tarot reading will include some of the information that was talked about in the astrology report. So I encourage you to listen to it all, but if you need to jump around, follow the timestamps below. Okay, so the month of September. It's really interesting that we ended August with 6 out of 8 planets in their retrograde period, which means they appear to be moving backwards. They have that backwards effect on us. Now, that's a lot of planets to be retrograding. And as soon as Venus goes direct on September 3rd, Jupiter goes into its retrograde. So we just can't seem to get out of these retrogrades. We're also going into eclipse season. And so it's going to be an interesting time. This is a time to cut away the things that don't work, let them fall away, making practical decisions so that we can harness our energy towards what it is that we are trying to do, what we're trying to create, what we came here to do, what our soul's contract is. I've been talking about sacred soul contracts a lot lately, and getting really clear on what that is and how we can achieve that in many forms. There's many ways that we can achieve our soul's contract, and just because we do that doesn't mean we're finished here, right? We can show the universe that we've learned it in many ways. Okay, so coming out of a wild and crazy summer, and it's just normal to kind of maybe have lost control of our diet, or maybe have just let maybe things in our house have gotten not as organized. And now we're in Virgo season, which is all about organization. So we're lined up to be thinking that way. And now with all these retrogrades, we're going to be shown kind of the opposite of things. There's a lot of information to be received right now. So we receive it by observing. This isn't a time to figure things out. This isn't a time to kind of push for things to happen. This is a time to watch and learn and observe. Now, the Venus retrograde is going to end on September 3rd. So we want to think about, what have we learned these past few weeks? What it was happening in the sign of Leo. So, Venus, relationships, a relationship with ourself, especially a relationship with women, because Venus is written as a symbol for women. Our values, what's important, our monies, are where we're putting our time and energy. Those are the themes of Venus. And then so during retrograde, we get to see a little different aspect of that. So it's interesting. I was trying to think of examples to show you like how a Venus retrograde would work. And I think I talked about last month, like finding myself at the bank, talking about different credit card options, opening up some different accounts, getting things organized. That just happened naturally. And that's such an example of a Venus retrograde situation, I guess, because I don't normally have the time to do those kind of things. So really looking at what's important. What's going on? What's going on with our money? What's going on in the background? Are we spending our money in a way that truly pleases our heart? Because it's Leo. And so now, after we move out of this Venus retrograde, we still have all these other ones going on. And the one most everyone's talking about is Mercury retrograde. So Mercury is going to be in its retrograde till the 15th of September. So more information being given to us, because Mercury actually rules roadways, and I talk about it ruling neural pathways in the brain. It brings us things, it brings us information. And so Mercury retrograde periods can be really interesting to see things that we find out, or ideas that we revisit, because the retrograde is all about those RE words: revisit, revitalize, renew, all that. So I just find this period an interesting time to observe, to take note, to just ponder what's coming at you. It's also Virgo season that's ruled by Mercury. As soon as the sun went into the sign of Virgo, Mercury went retrograde. So it's a little extra strong that it's happening during a time of a season that Mercury rules, okay? So during this period up to the 15th, get your notebook out. Let's pay attention. What's going on? Mercury's in the sign of Virgo. What is going on? What information is being given to us? Now, let me just look at my computer here for 1 second. Okay, so a couple things about Virgo. You know, we have Mercury close to the sun. So Mercury's communication, right? For lack of better explanation, we'll just call it the planet of communication, okay? Close to the sun. So there's information being brought to us and there's conversations being had. And some of these conversations are with ourselves, right? And that's kind of why when I got into picking symbols for the tarot reading, I picked these Buddhas, these little happy, little chubby Buddhas, because Virgo can be really hard on itself and it can have conversations with yourself about your body. It can be a lot of body image issues. There can be things like that, especially coming off of the summer as we spoke of. So this is a time to really pay attention to how you're speaking to yourself. And I know I talk about that a lot, but it's more than ever right now. You can kind of catch glimpses of the conversation that's going on in your head. What are you saying to yourself? Are you being nice to yourself? Are you putting yourself down? I want you to look at that language right now and edit it. Revisit how you're speaking to yourself and rewrite the script. Okay, perfect for retrograde. So lots of stuff. One of the things when I look at the chart, I notice that, you know, some months, like all the energy is really consolidated, all the planets are really close together. This month, I see a little bit more some oppositions going on, and then the energy kind of spreads around the chart, which is nice to see because we've got enough going on with retrogrades and the eclipses. So let's go down week by week and see what's important for you to know, and then we'll sum it up in the end, okay? So we're starting off the week. We start the month on September 4th, which is Labor Day, and we are looking at the moon being in the sign of Taurus. Beautiful sign of Taurus. Jupiter retrograde starts on the 4th, and so I was looking at this, I saw that the moon is conjunct Jupiter in Taurus. So the moon, our feminine power, our intuition, it's such a beautiful, I love things that are associated to the moon. Conjunct Jupiter in Taurus, luck and blessings in a sign of value, beauty, money, jewelry, all that kind of stuff. So Monday the 4th, large displays of affection will go a long way. Keep it light and fluffy. Let's not get into deep conversation. Venus is just coming out of retrograde. She's still might be a little irritated, let's say. So gifts, kindness, especially to the people that you love in your life, okay? Now, Tuesday the 5th, we're getting back to work. We're getting back to looking at our schedule because I'm sad to say summer's over, even though the temperature is still warm. We're in September, we're in Virgo season, and Virgo is associated with our routine and habits, our schedules. So get your schedule clear. Adapt to change on Tuesday the 5th, okay? We have a lot of planets in Earth. We have the moon conjunct Uranus. So we have a lot of planets in Earth. Yeah, we can get things done, but also sometimes it can be a little stagnant sometimes, or maybe we just want to be right. So we have to keep that in mind, okay? Now, Wednesday the 6th, you might want to stay busy doing your own thing, one step at a time. We've got a few squares going on. So I would keep it simple on Wednesday the 6th. On Thursday the 7th, I said, listen to your internal conversation. Shh. Can you hear your inner voice? Because if you're quiet enough, if you can sit in meditation for a little while or just sit in a bathtub, listen to what's going on, how you're speaking to yourself, because you might be surprised what's being said. Clean up your self-talk, okay? Clean it up. There's no more time for negative conversation, okay? Friday the 8th, we're looking to move slowly and deliberately, one step at a time. The moon's gonna enter Cancer. Things are a little watery. Let's keep it keep it slow moving, okay? Saturday, I'm calling it self-care Saturday. Take a bath, take a walk, rest, do what your version of resting and self-care is, okay? And Leo, Sunday, it's a great day for Sunday brunch, and enjoy the energy as the moon moves into Leo right around lunchtime on Sunday the 10th, okay? So we're gonna move into the week of 9/11 through 9/17. For 9/11, I wrote down, really be grateful to be alive. We lost so many good people on 9/11. And so gratitude is where it's at. The moon is conjunct Venus, all those beautiful things, all of our beautiful relationships. Let's be grateful for them. The moon is also opposite Pluto, so there is some sexy energy available there if we play our cards right. Tuesday, the 12th. Lend a helpful hand because I've got the moon square Jupiter and Uranus, and it's opposite Saturn, and Saturn wants us to do the right thing, and Uranus rules friends. So just lend a helpful hand, even if it's to a stranger, okay? Wednesday, the 13th. Secrets to your success are being whispered in your ear. Quiet yourself and listen. We've got the moon conjunct Mercury, and it's opposite Saturn on the 13th. So on Thursday, the 14th, we have a Virgo new moon, and this is happening at 9:40 p.m. Things are getting sorted out. They really are. Your dreams are able to become a reality. So we have the sun and the moon together in the sign of Virgo, the practical, efficient, analytical sign of Virgo, an earth sign, a mutable earth sign. And across from it, we have Neptune, okay, the planet of like our dreams, our illusions, and sometimes I feel like illusions, but sometimes it can just be the dreamy world of what we want to create. It's very artistic. So this is a chance to really make your dreams a reality. The energy is really available. And it's interesting to me that right after this Virgo new moon, Virgo is a planet that's ruled by, or a sign that's ruled by Mercury. Mercury is going to go direct the next day. So it's going to be interesting to have this Virgo new moon while Mercury, the planet that rules Virgo, is still in its retrograde period. But things will begin to lighten up as Mercury goes direct on Friday the 15th. The moon will be opposite Neptune, so it's still going to be a little foggy, but again, dreams to reality. Things are clearing up. We'll move into a Libra weekend on the 16th and 17th. So really, I put down that Venus is the star of the weekend, okay? And so when you got Venus involved and it's direct, you can enjoy your relationships and the simple pleasures. It doesn't have to be fancy. Venus is square Jupiter. Jupiter wants to make everything bigger. It doesn't need to. It can be simple pleasures. Enjoy the warm weather while it's still here. Enjoy your relationships. We move into the week of 9/18 through 9/24. And emotions are running high the beginning of the week. We're coming off the new moon. The moon is moving into the sign of Scorpio. It's square Pluto, which rules Scorpio. And so there's a lot of emotions. Work can be a healthy distraction. So allow yourself to maybe delve into work in a healthy way on Monday the 18th. Tuesday the 19th, the sun is going to be opposite Neptune, so things will be a little blurry. But again, it's a good time, like things aren't clear, just maybe continue just like doing your thing, doing your work, getting your alone time on the 19th. The 20th, we still have the moon in Scorpio until about 10 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. On the 20th, the moon is going to be opposite Uranus. It's going to be square Saturn. There's all sorts of stuff going on. So if you can't help being nitpicky, okay, because Virgo's can be nitpicky and Scorpio is very precise. If you can't help but to be nitpicky, at least apply it to your paperwork, okay? Apply it towards your taxes. Get things organized. Now, on Thursday the 21st, moon in Sagittarius, it's trine Mercury, square Neptune, and what I saw when I looked at the chart was to be open to unexpected monies arriving, Okay, be grateful and open to receiving that. We head into a Capricorn weekend, and we are heading into the fall equinox, the pagan holiday of Mabon. Still learning about these. And it's basically the harvest of fruits. So it's basically a really good time to be canning and jarring and putting away your harvest and being grateful for the harvest that has come in. We are lucky to have what we have after all the rain we've had here in New England. So Capricorn weekend, harvest of the fruits. Can your harvest, or if you didn't have a garden, then just do some other chores with gratitude, okay? And the sun enters the sign of Libra. So we're moving into Libra season, a Venus signed again. Now, Sunday by 7:30 at night, the moon is going to move into Aquarius. So I would maybe make some last minute plans Sunday night. Aquarius loves a good old last minute plan change. So be open to that on Sunday night. Now we're going to move into the final week of September, and that is starting off on the 25th. And so the 25th, I have a big star on my calendar, and I wrote Mercury trines Jupiter. It's a great day for problem solving. It's a great day for planning trips, okay? Answers can flow in. You can plan future travel. Mark your calendar for 9/25. Now, 9/26, there is a beautiful trine going on with the moon and Mars, but there's a lot of other aspects going on. So you might just want to be focusing on planning your next move, okay? And by evening, the moon will move into Pisces. So Wednesday, we will have a Pisces moon conjunct Saturn, which is funny because to me, Pisces kind of wants to like maybe goof off, for lack of better terms, or meditate or daydream or create art and kind of space out a little bit. And Saturn is like, you better show up and do your work. So Wednesday the 27th, some things need to be said, but you want to sit with things a little longer and maybe get some artwork done. Get something, because you have the energy there of Saturn to get it done. If anything, there's a tendency to overdo. But take advantage of this artistic energy on the 27th. Now, on the 28th, things are still foggy. Feel your way through it and wait a little bit longer to speak about it. We are moving into a full Aries moon. This is going to happen on Friday the 29th at 5:58 a.m. And this is a great time to clean up some karmic relationship garbage, okay? We're in Libra season. The moon is in Aries. It's an Aries new moon, or Aries full moon. And Aries is all about I am and updating who you are. And Libra is in these relationships. So you want to clean up your relationship with yourself, who you are now, what you don't need anymore. It's a great time to go through your stuff, okay? Your clothes especially. And prioritize your relationship with yourself, okay? Powerful fire moon on the 29th. Now, the weekend, we have the moon in Aries until about evening of Saturday, like 9:18 p.m. on Saturday. And so this is a good day for you to take action in love, because the moon is going to be trine Venus. It's going to be opposite Mars, square Pluto. So there is an availability here to take action with love. And I think there's sexy energy when there's Pluto involved. Now, yes, it can explode into something, maybe not as nice, but if you can keep your mouth shut a little bit and run with the energy that's there, you can make it a really sexy time, okay? And Sunday, I wrote down love in the afternoon. It's going to be a Taurus moon by Saturday evening into Sunday. And so go shopping, go do what you like, have a beautiful lunch. I put some champagne glasses. It's a wonderful day on the 1st of October to enjoy that kind of energy. Okay. So interesting month. Interesting, very analytical in the way of Virgo. A lot of information, like I said, flowing in. A lot of just pondering, observing, journaling. You don't have to analyze it and spit out the answers. You can just watch and ponder and wonder and update and clean up yourself energetically so that you're not burdened down with old things, okay? Go through your paperwork this month. Go through your house a bit if you can. Get rid of things. Don't be afraid to pass something on to someone else that they can enjoy, and trust that you will always be provided for, okay? So that's a lot of information, but let's move on over into the tarot cards. So we have 3 little Buddhas for you to pick from. Whichever one jumped out to you first is the right pile for you. So go ahead and pick a pile and let's get started. Pile number 1, you have this cute little Buddha, arms up there. Okay, so being kind to ourselves, not nitpicking, looking at our internal conversation that's going on this month, looking and purging out what doesn't work. Maybe we have some old sayings that maybe like our parents said, or we were from when we were teenagers, and we really need to look at what those sayings are and really start to edit our vocabulary, okay? Because we have to be our biggest fan for ourselves, okay? So pile number 1, what you need to know this month of September. I'm working with a few different decks and I'll explain to you as we go along. So I haven't looked at any of these cards yet. And we're starting off with your first card here, which is the World card. Beautiful, beautiful card. Success, being seen, being honored, in the limelight. Okay, this is from the Relative Tarot deck by Carrie Paris. The World is the last major arcana. So it is the end of a story, going into a new story, but it's a successful story. Okay, it's ruled by the planet Saturn. So it's something that you've been working hard at for a long time that you're finally seeing some success with. Now for the heart of the matter, we have the card, Vigor card. This is the Relative Oracle card. And it's interesting because this feels very Virgo-like, okay? And like I was saying, I picked these Buddhas because I wanted us to be kind to ourselves, even if we are a little chubby like Buddha, okay? Love ourselves anyways. It doesn't, all versions. So interesting how, like, first of all, Buddha had his hands up over his head. He's kind of got his hands out, and this one's got his hand out. He's looking very good. That's the heart of the matter, okay? And it's more, Vigor is about feeling good. Supporting the heart of the matter, we have the Page of Cups here from The Witch's Garden by Sasha Graham. Great deck. So, he almost looks like he's nude, reaching up for this cup of satisfaction. So there's like, I don't know if you've been, maybe you have lost some weight, or maybe you have, maybe you're just loving your body a little more, whatever it looks like. There's some joy here about that. This is your foundation card. I have the Ace of Fire. This is the Herb Crafters Tarot, and this is Mullen. Okay, so this is an ace. It's growing very large above the others. This is an Ace of Fire, Ace of Passion, okay? Now, behind the scenes, we have the World card again from the Witch's Garden. So you got the World card twice. So definitely you're in the limelight, I'll tell you that much. You're like a success story is what I'm seeing here. I'm almost getting like Weight Watchers vibes, like you're a success story here, yeah. Okay, the Hierophant. So you have 2 major arcanas in the background. This is a Sagittarius card. This is card number 5. This is about change. It has a lot to do with like your belief systems, okay? So maybe maybe you're being a little kinder to yourself, looking at yourself differently. What you believe is changing. I just love this card. It's called the Hija of Water Chamomile. I do believe that it is the Knight, but look how soothing this is. There's tea, it's all very watery. It's very emotional. Chamomile is very calming, soothing. Okay, so there's this, and it's almost like you're making healthy choices is what I'm getting. Healthy choices. Here's the seance card. That's kind of funny. Huh. It's almost like he's got his hand on the other person's head, like almost like he's reading his thoughts. We're talking about dropping some old thought patterns. It's funny, my relative oracle deck that's mixed in with my tarot deck, I think eventually I'm just going to mix them all together. Let me pull a few more cards for you. The Four of Swords. Okay. The Moon, the Four of Wands, and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so here's the Four of Swords. He's like in this meditative state. 4 is a pause number. Here's the Moon. She's holding champagne. Here's the Four of Wands. Another pause number. That looks like a lot of like friendship energy. And the Queen of Pentacles. Who knows? Good things take time. Interesting queen, isn't she? So honestly, what I'm getting when I look at this is that I feel like you've either been working out or losing weight, or you just got to the point where you just don't care and you love yourself anyways. I almost get the impression that you've taken like a break from alcohol, or a break from, like, you've been fasting from some of the things that you usually do. You've been pausing. You know that good things take time. It may feel a little uncomfortable, but you're really ready to really clean up the inner talk. Let's see what else we've got here. Okay. Oh, we got 3 more cards here. Okay. First one is the Seven of Pentacles. Interesting how she's like looking down at her tarot cards, and it's fall season here. And so 7 is the number of the year in 2023 in numerology. And she's kind of looking at it all and pondering it all. Okay, so, and the Queen of Pentacles really doesn't move fast either. And there's kind of, you got 2 pause numbers here. And then this Moon card, which is really about your intuition. So there's a pause this fall. I keep getting that you're like, that either you're like doing like dry months without alcohol, or you're doing some kind of cleanse. But that's a very good thing for you. Here's the Magician showing up. I love this Magician. And the Seven of Cups, another 7, all these options, okay? So there's a lot of kind of like pausing, pondering, savoring, and you're being seen. You're being seen and acknowledged for something. And maybe it's just that you need to see yourself and acknowledge yourself right now, that there's some new things you've really grown in a way that you need to be proud of yourself for. I'm getting like a little bit of like psychic energy that you're starting to understand that maybe you're picking up some other people's thoughts, other people's energy, and that you need to clear that out so you can stay focused on you. Okay, and a good way to clear that out is kind of just through the pausing. So I get that you're on a good path here this month. There is a lot of pondering. There is a lot of pausing. So don't get frustrated with that. Just enjoy, for you, observing, because observing is key for you right now. And I believe this is the King of Pentacles, and it's Sweetgrass. Something's being weaved together here for you. Things are coming together for you, okay? I'm gonna roll some dice so we can see some dates and signs for you this month that would be important. Okay, I've got a bunch of dice here. I got the Sun and the Moon. I've got the sign Virgo. So this is the Sun and the Moon in Virgo is this Virgo new moon that we're gonna have this month. Well, the Virgo new moon happens on the 14th of September, okay? So that's gonna be a powerful day for you. Now, we also got the number 5 and the number 10. So I would be looking at the 5th of September, the 10th of September, and the 15th of September. All powerful days, especially the 15th because Mercury goes direct. We have the sign Leo, okay? So Leos are gonna play an important role for you. You're gonna wanna pay attention for when the moon is in Leo, like it is on the 11th and 12th of September. Now remember, we're coming out of the Venus retrograde that was in the sign of Leo. So I want you to really look back at those Venus retrograde dates and look and see what you have learned, okay? It's been like the past 6 weeks. So there's some themes there about choosing yourself. There's some themes here about not just being of service to others, to really choose what you want, because you're doing a great job. You're being asked to rest. You're being asked to have some patience, and that things are coming together for you. So thank you for joining me. Okay, pile number 2. Let's see what you need to know this month of September. Working with a few different decks. I haven't looked at any of the cards yet, and let's see what we've got. We're starting off with the 2 of Cups. 2 is a relationship number, and Cups is water, or the emotions, okay? And so here's this couple kind of looking like they're having a good time, and we're starting off with the 2 of Cups for you this month. Now, let's see what the heart of the matter is. In the heart of the matter, we have the popularity card. This is from the Relative Tarot Oracle deck. And so you're popular. It looks like everybody's kind of swooning over you here, okay? Now, supporting the heart of the matter, we've got the Lovers card, Hawthorne, from the Herb Crafters Tarot. Wow, so you've got relationship card, popularity, and the Lovers card. The foundation card is the Chariot. This is the card of the year. This is Cedar. We know it's the card of the year because it's card number 7. In 2023, when you add up the digits, equals number 7. So we have our card of the year here as your foundation. So overcoming obstacles, moving forward. Looks like a lot of people want to be in a relationship with you. Behind the scenes, we have the 6 of Pentacles. He's asking her for something, asking her maybe for money or something of value. She's trying to weigh it out, right? So it's like there's a gift being given. It's almost like you're being funded for something. Here's the 4 of Wands, and there's like a party here waiting for you. It's like your party. It reminds me of Beltane. So as we're moving into this season, it's like you're the guest of honor. Future position, we have the Empress. My goodness, you just have all these beautiful cards here of people like wanting a piece of you, like people wanting you to be with them. Everybody wants a piece. Here's the Empress. She's just chilling. She's got her hookah there. She's all about value, right? She's Venus. And the Humor card. So it's like this is all in good fun. It's like you're being pursued greatly for something. Now, let me pull a few more cards here. Got the Hospitality card. Champagne, they're being toasted. What is going on with pile number 2 here in September? The Lovers card comes out again. Look at that beautiful version from the Witch's Garden. And the Strength card. How beautiful. Leo card ruled by the sun. So you're kind of in the limelight. It's like everyone's trying to get into relationship with you, and you got to enjoy it and kind of savor it while it's going on. So is this in regards to love? Well, if you're looking for love, it definitely, there's a lot of possibilities. There is a lot of joy. If you're looking to use that passion otherwise, there is a lot of opportunity. There's a lot of travel here. So for love, I got the 9 of Wands. It's like a lot going on. They're all lined up. And then the 10 of Cups. Very beautiful. And then I was asking if you're listening and you're like, no, this is not about love for me. The Queen of Wands showed up, and she's the Queen of Passion. So she would be a traveling queen. She's dynamic. So it's about passion, okay? And there's a lot of it, and people want a piece of it. So how I feel like the word protection's coming in because when everybody wants a piece of it, there's definitely like the yin and the yang of it. And it's interesting because this comedy tragedy card came out. So it's like, yeah, there's whatever has a front, you know, has a back. We got the Knight of Cups all dressed up looking good, but he is holding a sword, okay? So whatever it is that's going on with you, it looks like you're in the limelight for some reason. And let me see what that reason is. It's a 5 of Fire, Black Cohosh. 5 is a change number. Well, it's like the stars on the wall, basically. They see you. Okay, something's changed. You're being seen, and you're going to have to make sure that you're protected for when, so that, you know, everybody doesn't get a piece of your energy. How can you do that? 9 of Air. Okay, well, you have to cut out the things that don't work. Here's 9 of Air with cutting that pomegranate, and the Devil, blackberry pie, like we're cutting a piece of pie. Okay, so the word no needs to be used a lot. The boundaries, you just have to cut some things out. You can't do everything, and there's going to be, like, there's so many opportunities, and you have to really choose wisely what goes into your recipe. Okay, but wow, dynamic energy. Okay, so I'm going to roll some dice here, and I'm looking for dates. And I'm looking for any signs that might be like important for you this month, okay? All right, so we've got Saturn, 10th house, which Saturn owns, okay? So right there, I'm getting like there's some long-term success things that are starting to really blossom for you. I also got Virgo, which we're in Virgo season, okay? And then I got Jupiter, which is luck and blessings and expansion. I got the number 10 twice. So I want you to be looking at the 10th of September and the 20th of September. Okay, these are going to be important dates. The number 10 is going to be important to you because in a sense you've rolled 10 3 times. And then I have Pisces. Now, you have to make sure that if you're this much in the limelight that you need your downtime. Okay, so please, please make sure that you take it, that you get the alone time, that you get to just space out a little bit, and because there's so much work and success and the energy of everybody just wanting to get a piece, okay? So enjoy it. I think you've been working for it for a very long time, but it's here, okay? And boundaries are going to be what gets you through it. Thank you for joining me. Pile number 3, here's your little Buddha here, your happy Buddha. And we have some cards here. Haven't looked at any of them yet. Let's see what pile number 3 needs to know about this month of September. Okay, I haven't looked at any of these cards, so let's see what we're starting off with you for. You've got the Hermit. Female version, which is nice to see from the Witch's Garden. The Hermit is Virgo, and the Hermit walks his path of truth, and he needs his alone, or she needs their alone time, okay? It doesn't mean you can't be with others. It just means that you need to take your time. This is your inner guide. This is your inner truth, and it's showing up in Virgo season, lighting the way for you on your path. Now, the heart of the matter for you in September, we have the Sorceress card from the Relative Tarot Oracle. Now, the Sorceress is the heart of the matter. Wow, she is powerful. So you got this woman version of the Hermit, super powerful, and you've got this dynamic. And Deborah, if you're listening, I know this is like your great aunt or something, isn't it? Because fans of Carrie Paris sent in their relatives pictures, and she made this deck out of it. And so I happen to know someone who is related to this person. All right, so supporting the heart of the matter, we have the 4 of Air, Lavender, 4 of Swords. We've had a lot of 4s come up in each pile. 4 is often referred to as a pause number, but it's also building something, okay? It's kind of like finalizing plans. This lavender's been harvested, kind of in the harvest moon period. And yeah, 4 of air, lavender, soothing, very soothing. Foundation of the matter, we've got this 3 of Swords. This is kind of a silly version. It's almost humorous, right? Now there's some old, it's going right through his head. So there's some old thoughts, there's some old stuff that's just kind of almost gotten to a silly point, okay? You are ready to cut that out. You are this powerful sorceress. He's not going to tolerate negative self-talk, okay? Lavender soothing, and the sickle's been used to harvest it, to cut it. So you need to cut away what isn't working. So no more negative self-talk. We're going to look at it. We're going to catch it. We're going to write it down. We're going to maybe burn what's written. We're going to say no. We're not going to allow that any longer, okay? Behind the scenes, you have the 6 of Cups. There's like this gift being given. There's this exchange being given in the background. Along with the 3 of Pentacles. He's holding like a stopwatch and she's reading. So there's something going on. It's kind of like this, like almost like a moment in time. It's not going to be forever. Something in the background. Maybe you took a little vacation, because it's like something's being given to you, but then like there's this clock here watching how long you're going to be able to read your book for. So we move into the future position. We have another 4. It's the 4 of Fire. It's elderberry. And this kind of goes back to like that harvest again. They have harvested this elder. They know it's going to build this beautiful immune tonic. And so there's a lot on the table. It's a little messy. And it's coming in next to the Sorceress card, which there's a powerful energy here that you're going to put into your brews. And this gift was given to you. So maybe this gift was given to you by a grandmother. Maybe you're using like a grandmother's recipe or a great aunt's recipe. But there's something like very female here. Strong female energy coming through. And here's the academic card. We got a nice strong male here too. So he's smart. He's an academic. Look at him, all dressed up. So you may have a lot of, I kind of get like you have a lot of herbal, maybe you've studied a lot of herbs, or you've just like been handed something down through grandmothers or through aunts. Maybe there's recipes that have been handed to you. This is a good time for you to dive into that, to take care of your health. Virgo rules health. But also just to kind of get out of your head. There's a lot of overthinking going on. Let's see what else. Anything else here? Got the Emperor. He's just sitting there in real time looking at you. Okay, he's Aries. We're gonna have the Aries full moon in September. So that is on the 29th of September. So that's gonna be a powerful time for you. And Aries, like I said, is associated with the term I am. And so this is a time to clean up who you are and what exactly you're doing, how you label yourself, okay? Like almost getting the impression of someone who like maybe has like a really great job, very academic kind of job, but really has a love for herbs and really wants to be like using grandma's recipe and making and bottling things. And so this is a time that it's saying to you, okay, you can stop thinking it all the time and start taking some action, okay? Especially as Mercury retrograde ends. There's the King of Swords, who's the king of big business, okay? And he would be very Mercury related. And he's taking action. He's got his book out and he's ready to move ahead. Okay, got the Knight of Pentacles, the 7 of Wands, and the 5 of Wands. I get the impression that you think that like there's too much competition, or it's going to take too long to do some of these goals that you have, and I think you're incorrect. Okay, I think you're the right one to do it. So is there anything else that pile number 3 needs to know? There's another 4 of Earth, and it's willow. And there's something, they're weaving this basket, okay? So it's like, is there anything else that you need to know? Yeah, you're not all the way there yet. It's still being built, okay? And that's okay. That's where you're supposed to be. Anything else for pile number 3? Seven of Air, eucalyptus. Breathing in some fresh air. It's interesting, like they're studying about how to distill eucalyptus. And so I do think that there's more that you need to study, but I think that you know a lot right now. So whatever it is that you want to pursue, use what you have right now. Take a look at the negative self-talk, because that's blocking you. You're ready to dive deeper into your studies. Don't worry about the competition. It's kind of like keep your eyes on your own plate kind of energy and just move forward, okay? Doesn't mean quit your day job. It just means show up and do the studies that you need to do. The Page of Swords showed up. He's definitely showing up with his sword. Might be new at it, but he's doing it. He's making time and space, allotting things. And the High Priestess, who is a powerful, powerful intuitive creature. Okay, so you've got this. You've always gotten this. You not only have, there's a couple cards here that just really jump out to me as really power sources. The Hermit as a woman, the Sorceress, and the High Priestess, okay? So this, like, I almost get the impression this isn't the first time through for you with whatever this project is. And I get an herbal vibe, but I am using an herbal tarot deck. But I get like there's something that was handed to you, something that you learned. It was through females. I think it's recipes, but it could be recipe for success. So don't get caught up in that if you're not connecting with that part. There's something here that you need to move forward with. That is something that you need to study more about. And I'm just going to pull 2 more cards to see if I get any more information on that. I've got the Ace of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is kind of, well, he pursues things. Ace of Pentacles, something new. Okay, but it almost looks like it was dug out of the ground. It's got like vines on it. So it's like almost like it's always been there, but it's just being unearthed. Well, I hope that makes some sense to you. Okay, now I'm gonna roll some dice. I've got a bunch of dice here. Aquarius just fell out. And so don't be afraid that if other people don't understand what you're doing, it's okay. Because no one understands Aquarius. So you're doing what you're supposed to do. It's the way of the future. So I'm rolling this dice to look for dates, power days for the month, power signs for you this month. So you can, for people who have that sign in your life. Okay, let's see what we got. So first thing I see is Scorpio, and I see the sun. Okay, we are going to be heading towards Scorpio season. We also have these eclipses happening on this month. I'm sorry, I just want to make sure. I think the eclipses are actually next month. I was jumping ahead to the next month. So the eclipses are coming, okay? And more towards Scorpio season. So the eclipses bring powerful change, and Scorpio is already a very powerful sign. So there's a lot of powerful change coming that's going to help you out along the way. We rolled a 7 and a 4. So you want to look at the 7th of September, the 4th of September. 7 and 4 is 11. So you want to look at the 11th of September, okay? And we've got the South Node here, which is a cup full of everything that you've ever known. And it's funny to me that I'm feeling like old recipe, old information, something that's been there, something that you felt familiar with. Like I always was very interested in astrology. I got into 9-star key astrology when I was a little bit younger. And it always felt familiar to me. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. It took me years to finally really take the deep dive into it. But there's something there that's familiar. Maybe it's plants, maybe it's cooking, maybe it's something like that. But it's there, and you can dip into that old information, okay? Got the sign Pisces. So you want to be looking at Scorpio and Pisces in general this month. You want to look when the moon is in those signs and those signs in your life, okay? Those are going to be powerful helpers for you this month. Also, we could say Leo because you did get the sun, okay? So I hope that is of some help to you, and I really appreciate you joining me.